Hi, Suresh.
Hi, hi. Can I start?
Good morning.
Morning,
Yeah,
morning.
yeah, you can. Hi, Nikhil. Hi, Lina.
Hi everyone.
Okay, right.
You can start, Suresh.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Fine.
Thank
Right. So my name is Suresh. Okay, now see, before going to the Python, so we have to know about C and C++. Okay. So what is C? What is C++ and what is the Python? First, just we have to discuss about what is structural language and what is object-oriented programming language and what is scripting language. See, C is a structural language. C++ is OOPS language, whereas Python scripting language. Okay. So C structural, OOPS, and Python scripting language. You know, what is there in structural language? So why we are with the object-oriented programming? What is the advantage in scripting language? You have to see these three. Okay. First, we'll go with the structural language. It is structural language. Follows top-down approach. Top-down approach. It is procedural language also. Okay, now what is the structure of the C language? Documentation, reprocess statement, global declaration, main function, local declaration, programming statements, calling function, user function 1, user function 2, and so on. This is the exact structure of the C language. Observe here in structural language, if anything you declare globally, okay, so anything you declare locally, everything has to execute by the main function. See, start of the program, allocation of the memory, okay, and execution of the code and the calling the functions also. Everything do by the main function. It's like a human heart. So therefore, what happens? The burden on the main might be increased if you write more lines of code. When the length of the code is increases, the burden on the main will be increases. Therefore, okay, strength of the main will be decreased. To overcome these problems, we are moving to the C++. We are moving to the C++. Okay. So first, structural language. We have some disadvantages in structural language. To overcome those, we are moving to the C++. It is a object oriented programming structural language. Okay. Now, here, object will do major. Whatever the logic, right under the class, in the form of methods. We will call those methods with the object declared in main function. Okay. For class. So we are creating an object for the class in main function. Okay. From the main function, object I have to call the methods of the class. Now see, class followed by the class name. Okay. A return type. Followed by the method name. Statement, close. Like this, you can get any number of methods. Now, go to the main function. In the main function, I am creating the reference for the class. It's object for the class. C dot. Okay, that means object is calling the method. All methods are calling by the object. All methods are calling by the object. Here, main just start up the program. Calling the method and execution of the code, allocation of the memory, everything do by the object. For each and every class, we have different objects. Okay, different objects. That means for one class you can create any number of objects. For each class you can create an object. Therefore, so the burden on the main will be decreases. Okay, we are creating plenty of objects. Therefore, there is no burden on the object also. Okay, but only one main method we have it. Okay, clear? Understand? Nikhil?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Everything is
Leela?
okay.
Yes, Leela. Leela, right? Lena, are you following? Okay, right.
He messaged Suresh.
Okay, right. Now, so this is what is the structural language and what is the object-oriented programming difference. Now, so with the C and C++, with the C and C++. We will develop only CUI application. CUI application. If you want to develop GUI and web application, we have to move any server-side technology. Like C#.NET, Java, Python. Okay, any one language you can use. These three are the server-side technologies. Okay? Now, we move to the Python language. Yeah. So in between, I will differentiate Python and Java also for understanding. Python is scripting language, scripting programming language. So what is the scripting programming language? To understand the scripting programming language, first I will show the C program how to write, and then I'll write the Java program how to write. Then we'll see the Python program how to write. Okay. Now see C language program. In order to remember, just comparison purpose I'm explaining here. New support source web hash include std io dot main function. I want to print hello statement, okay, using C language. Observe here, I have, okay, here I have a structure that is main function. Under the main, I have to write the print. So total five lines of code I am writing for execution of the now. For printing hello world, I write 5 lines of code. Okay, remember just now I am writing the Java program. How many lines of code is required to print the same output? Class wide main string system dot println hello same output I am printing with Java. Now save on desktop. Test.java. Now, CD space desktop Java hello. Okay. Now observe here to print the same output 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 lines of code I have tried. Compulsory I have tried every line of code. If anything I won't write, so automatically, okay, it shows the error, it won't execute. Understand? Okay. Now, Python. Python is a scripting language, right? Only one line of code is enough to print the same output. Okay. Only one line of code is enough to print the same output what we printed with the C language and Java. So understand what is the scripting language? Simply scripting language is a okay. Simply script is a lines of code. Okay, we don't have any structure here. So there is an advantage in scripting language. Now the people are moving to the Python. So where we are using particularly in the Selenium, the Hadoop, almost where we are using Java and C#.NET, we are replacing with the Python because of less coding and we don't have any structure here. Easily we can write, easily we can compile. Okay. So understand? Yes, Nikhil, Lena. Okay. So what is the difference between scripting language, structural language, and OOPS language? See, observe how easy the scripting language here. Okay. Right? Okay. Now see. Now, what is the compiling structure of the Python here? Observe. Just I opened directly run. I don't have compilation here. Directly running is there. I don't have compilation. See, whenever I go for the C language, first I have to compile. After compiling, I have to run. That means two things here. Okay, one is compilation, another one is runtime compilation. Okay, now see. Okay, if you take Java, here also same thing. First compilation means code conversion. Source code is converted to the machine code to understanding the machine. So then that whatever the machine code is converted by the okay JVM into the output. So that means here also two things. Okay. Now this is the compiling structure. Okay. Now Python directly we are running. See here we have two types of compilation generally. One is okay normal compilation. Second one is interpretation. Normal compilation and the second one is interpretation. In the normal compilation, source code you have to convert into the bytecode, then bytecode has to convert into the output code. Whereas in the interpretation, so directly convert source code into the output code. Directly convert the source code into the output code. Just I'll show you the diagrammatic representation, you can understand clearly. I'll show you the compiling structure and interpretation both. I'll compare with the Java. Source code. Java compiler converted into the bytecode. That bytecode is run by the JVM. It compiler converts bytecode to the output. Observe here. This is the .java file converted into the .class file. The .class file converted into the .exe file. See the compiling structure of the Java and C language also almost same. Only compilers will be different. Even C#.NET also same. Okay, now, so the interpretation. What is interpretation? No. So in interpretation, we don't have intermediate code. We don't have intermediate code. Directly, we are converting source code to the output code. Directly, we are converting source code to the output. Interpreter of okay. So here interpreter directly convert to source code to the output code. No intermediate code. Understand? Okay. So Python supports only okay, interpretation, whereas Java and C support both interpretation and compilation, but mostly they use the compiling structure. So, but Python we don't have compiling structure, only it has a interpretation. Clear? So that's why the point number 2 in Python, okay. Point number 1, Python is a scripting language. Point number 2, Python is interpreted language. Interpreted language. Understand? Yes. Nikhil and Lena. You see? Okay. So the difference between compiling structure and interpretation. Java and C language supports both compilation and interpretation, whereas Python only supports the interpretation. Okay, right? So next point. Point number 2. Very, very important point. Okay. So this is the advantage with Python. Python remaining almost okay, you know everything, but this point is new for the Python. Dynamic. We don't have another language. Dynamic typed language. Dynamic typed language. Okay. So what is dynamic type? What is dynamic type? For example, if you take C language, so I want to specify the type of data. I want to declare the type of data. Int A, comma B, comma B. I have to declare the data here. A is equal to 60. First, before initializing the data, I have to declare which type of data I have. Okay. Now, B is equal to C is equal to A plus. Okay. Sum percentile D, comma. Okay. To print the to add two numbers, I have tried to. Okay. So this code, and I have to specify the type of data. For example, I want to use a double data. Simply double. I have to use float. Floating point values I have to give here. That means I have to specify the which type of data we are using. Now execute, compile, and run. Okay. So this is the okay data declaration. If you take Java, in Java also almost like C language. Here also you have to specify the type of data. A is equal to something, B is equal to something, C is equal to A plus B. Plus 5, 6, okay, sum 90. Clear? Okay. So that means here also we have to specify the type. Now come to the Python. Python. Directly we can declare the data here without initialization, without declaration. Directly we can initialize the data. So in only Python it is possible, in no other language. Okay, we don't have this feature. Okay, directly without declaration of the data, directly I am specifying. So values here now I am check it whether it is working or not. So sum 106.22. That means dynamic type without initialization. Sorry, without a declaration of the data, directly we initialize the value. Okay. So is called dynamic type. Advantage with Python is dynamic type. That's why Python is mostly used in the okay. Once upon a time, different language used in the Python like R language, SAS. Okay. So now the people are using almost Python because of dynamic type of property. Dynamic type. See, compiler can understand which type of data we are using. Okay. So you may get the doubts. So simply you can resolve it. Okay. So now I have to use the type method. Okay. A type of A, type of B, type of B. It will tell us so which type of data we used. Okay. Type into type float. Okay. Type float. Type into type float to type float. That means So compiler understanding which type of data we are using. Compiler understanding which type of data we are using. This is called dynamic type. This is a special feature in .NET. Okay, you don't have any other language. Clear? Understand what is dynamic type? Nikhil, Lena, clear, right? So the difference you have to understood actually. The difference you have to understood with Java and okay. So Python easily you can understand. Next. Next. Okay. Next. So this is about a dynamic type of prompt. Next prompt. So next point in Python. Point number. Python is modular language. Modular language. Modular language. What is modular language? Very, very important. If you have a big project, it's not possible developing a single person or a single. Therefore, what we have to divide the project into different models. Okay, different models. After completion of those models, integrate into a single unit. That means module means a piece of code. Piece of code. Okay, otherwise piece of project. Okay. So here also in Python also, I can add plenty of modules. I can integrate those on. Okay. I can integrate those on. Okay. So that is the another advantage with Python. It's a modular language. Next. Fifth point. Python is correct. Python is modular language or Python is object oriented scripting programming language. Object oriented scripting programming language. So, okay, object oriented scripting programming language. Okay. So, when you go for the OOPS concept, you can understand clearly. Here also class and okay, object is there. So, through object, we are calling the okay functions here. Okay. Next, point number 6. Point number 6. Python is interactive language. Interactive language. Python is a interactive language. Okay. So we have plenty of operating system, plenty of operating systems. Okay. Every operating system. Okay. Every operating system supports a Python. So Python can interact with any operating system. Like Python can run on the Linux. Python can run on the Unix operating system. Python can run on the Mac. Python can run on the Windows operating system. Windows operating system. If you take C#.NET, it runs only on the Windows operating system. Java can run on any operating system. Like that. Python also equivalent to Java. So this is about okay interactive. And next point. Next one. So history of the Python. History of the Python. History of Python developed by Dario and Rosen. In 1991. You can say that 89, 91 between. It's officially introduced in 91. Okay. Python developed with the help of other languages. First one, C++. With C++, oops, concepts, Perl. Perl, scripting language. It's a Perl scripting language. Modular, modular language. Modular, okay. So, like this, we have plenty of languages used to develop the Python. Clear? This is about history of the Python. Understand? Yes. Okay. So this is the basic idea of the Python. Nikhil, Leela. Okay. Now we'll see. Okay. So how to use the okay input statement here. How to use the input statement. Okay. How to pass the user input. How to pass the user input. User input. So for example, okay. First we'll see the C programming. Enter A comma B values. Semicolon. Scanner. Percentage. Scanning the values. Percentage, comma, ampersand A, comma, ampersand. Execute, compile and run. Okay. So what happens? Here I give you percentage D. And here also I'll give percentage D. Execute, compile. Okay. Right. So now see. So we are entering the data dynamically. Enter the values. Okay. Same thing if I want to do in Java. Import java.scanner. Scanner. SC is equal to new scanner. System dot enter A comma B value. SC dot next int SC dot next scanner. Okay, right. Now Python. So here directly we can use the input statement. Input to enter input to enter B. Now see, run module, click on OK. 45, 23.6. Okay. So particularly, I want enter only integer type of data here. Here only float type of data. I have to give the float of int of input statement. Now in the first one, I have to give the only input type of data, integer type of data. Second one, I have to give data. So this is about how to give the user input. You can say the dynamic values are user input. Okay. So this is about the basic and introduction to the Python. Clear? Understand? Krishna? Sorry. Nikhil? Leena? So do you have any doubts as of now what we discussed? This is the introduction to the Python. Yes, Nikhil? Okay. Right? So now see, so how we are going to deliver the course first. Okay. First, core Python. Advanced Python. Database connectivity. HTML. JS. So this is the way we are going to deliver the course. Okay. So Nikhil, Leena, any doubts? Yes. Okay. Sashana. Okay. Right. So now actually session is going to close by 1 minute. Sashana. So clear, right? Leena and Nikhil.
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. So we'll continue tomorrow. Right? Okay. So I'm closing session here.
Okay.
The interaction to the Python.
Okay, sir. Thank you for your time.
Welcome, Nikhil. Welcome. Sashana, are you there?